There was once a man named Adam. Adam was a hard-working man. Every day he woke up early, rushed to work, answered messages, attended meetings, and chased one goal after another. His life was always busy, too busy. Adam believed he was building a better future, a better career, a better house, a better life. But in the middle of all that busyness, there was one person he slowly began to forget. His mother. She lived alone in a small, quiet house. Every morning, she woke up early. She made herself a cup of tea. She sat by the window. And sometimes, she looked at her phone, hoping to hear her son's voice. Sometimes she smiled, remembering his childhood. Sometimes she whispered a prayer for him. Because no matter how old a child becomes, to a mother, he is always her little boy. One evening, after a long day at work, Adam sat down on his couch. He dropped his phone beside him. The room was quiet. Then suddenly, his phone rang. Adam looked down at the screen, and there it was, Mom calling. He stared at the phone for a moment, just a moment. Then he sighed softly. "I will call her later," he whispered, and he pressed decline. The phone stopped ringing. The room became quiet again. To Adam, it felt like a small decision, just another missed call. But sometimes, the smallest decisions become the moments we regret the most. After that evening, Adam returned to his usual routine. Work, messages, meetings, deadlines. Every day felt the same. Busy, fast, and full of noise. But somewhere across the city, in a quiet little house, his mother continued living her slow, peaceful days. Every morning she woke up early. She made her tea. She opened her Quran. And she prayed for her son. She never asked Allah for money. She never asked for comfort. Her dua was always simple. Ya Allah, protect my son. Sometimes during the day, she would look at her phone. She would scroll through old photos, pictures of Adam when he was a child. Adam riding his small bicycle, Adam laughing in the garden, Adam holding her hand on his first day of school. And sometimes, she would press the call button, not to complain, not to ask for anything, just to hear his voice, but more often than not, the call would go unanswered. And each time it happened, she would simply smile gently and whisper, "He must be busy." Days passed, then weeks. Adam's life kept moving faster and faster. More work, more meetings, more messages waiting for his attention. Sometimes his phone would ring while he was driving, sometimes while he was in the office, sometimes late at night. And many of those calls were from his mother. Each time he saw her name on the screen, he told himself the same thing. I will call her later, later tonight, later tomorrow, later this week, but later never seemed to come. Meanwhile, in that small, quiet house across the city, his mother continued her simple routine. Tea in the morning, Quran in the afternoon, and quiet evenings by the window. Sometimes she would hold her phone gently in her hands, looking at Adam's name, thinking about calling again. But sometimes she would stop herself. I don't want to disturb him, she whispered softly. He is busy. So instead, she made another dua. Ya Allah, protect my son, guide him, and keep him safe. Because a mother's heart never stops caring, even in silence, even in waiting, even when the phone does not ring back. One evening, after another long day at work, Adam finally returned home. He dropped his keys on the table and sat down on the couch. and closed his eye for a moment. The apartment was quiet. For the first time that day, there were no meetings, no messages, no noise. Then, suddenly, his phone vibrated. Adam picked it up, but this time, it was not his mother calling. It was a message from an unknown number. He opened it slowly, and his heart began to beat faster. The message said, "Assalamu alaikum. This is your mother's neighbor. Please call me as soon as possible." Adam frowned. Something did not feel right. He quickly called the number. After a few seconds, a worried voice answered. "Your mother fainted today. We took her to the hospital. She is stable now, but she keeps asking for you." For a moment, Adam could not move. The room felt colder. His chest felt heavy. All the missed calls, all the times he said, "later," suddenly rushed through his mind. Without another word, Adam grabbed his jacket, picked up his keys, and ran out the door. For the first time in a long while, nothing else mattered. Only one thought filled his mind. "I need to see my mother." Adam drove through the city as fast as he could. Street lights passed by the window, one after another. But Adam barely noticed them. His mind was racing. Memories began to appear. Memories he had not thought about for years. He remembered being a little boy, holding his mother's hand while walking to school. He remembered falling from his bicycle and crying until his mother lifted him into her arms. "It's okay," she had said gently. "I'm here." The car stopped suddenly. Adam looked up. He had arrived at the hospital. He rushed inside, his heart pounding. The hallway felt long. Too long. Finally, he reached the room, and there she was, his mother, lying quietly on the hospital bed. She looked smaller than he remembered, older, weaker. But when she saw him standing at the door, her face slowly brightened. She smiled, a soft, gentle smile. Adam walked closer, his eyes filling with tears. He took her hand and whispered, "Mom, I'm sorry." She squeezed his hand gently. "My son," she said softly. "You came. That is enough." And in that moment, Adam realized something he had forgotten for far too long. No matter how busy life becomes, a mother's heart is always waiting. That night, Adam stayed beside his mother in the hospital room. The machines were quiet, the lights were soft, and the room felt calm. His mother had fallen asleep. But Adam could not sleep. Too many thoughts filled his mind, too many memories. He looked around the small room. On the table beside the bed, he noticed a small notebook. It looked old, the edges slightly worn. Curious, Adam picked it up. He opened the first page, and what he saw made his heart sink. It was a simple list, written in his mother's handwriting. Monday, call Adam. Tuesday, make dua for Adam. Wednesday, cook his favorite meal. Maybe he visits. Thursday, call Adam again. Friday, read Quran and pray for him. Saturday, wait. Sunday, wait again. Adam's hands began to tremble. Page after page, the same small notes, the same quiet hope, the same patient waiting. While he had been busy chasing the world, his mother had simply been waiting for him. Adam closed the notebook slowly. Tears rolled down his face. And for the first time in a long time, he truly understood something. A mother's love does not disappear when ignored. It simply waits, quietly, patiently, until her child remembers the way back. That night, Adam could not stop thinking. The small notebook, the quiet waiting, the many days his mother had spent hoping for just one call. All of it echoed in his mind. He sat beside the hospital bed, holding his mother's hand. Her hand felt smaller now, fragile, but still warm. Adam looked at her face. For years, she had been the one watching over him, protecting him, praying for him, but somewhere along the way, he had forgotten to do the same for her. He remembered all the times his phone had rung, all the moments he had said the same words. "I will call her later." Later. That word suddenly felt very heavy, because later is never promised. Adam lowered his head and quietly whispered a prayer. Ya Allah, forgive me for the times I forgot the one who never forgot me. Give my mother health, and give me the chance to be the son she deserves. The room was silent, but in that silence, something inside Adam began to change. For the first time in years, his heart slowed down, his thoughts became clear, and he made a promise to himself. If Allah gave him another chance, he would not wait for later anymore. He would choose today. Morning slowly arrived. Soft light entered the hospital room, and Adam was still sitting beside his mother. He had not slept, but something inside him felt different now. Calmer, clearer. His mother slowly opened her eyes. When she saw him still sitting there, she smiled. "My son, you stayed all night?" Adam nodded quietly. "Yes, Mom." This time, there was no rush in his voice, no distraction, no phone in his hand, just presence. Later that day, the doctor entered the room. He spoke gently. "Your mother will recover, but she needs rest." Adam listened carefully. For once, nothing else in the world felt more important. When they left the hospital later that week, Adam helped his mother into the car. She looked at him with a soft smile. "You should go back to work," she said kindly. "You must be busy." Adam shook his head slowly. "No, Mom." He smiled gently. "Some things are more important than being busy." For the first time in many years, Adam was not thinking about meetings, not thinking about deadlines, not thinking about the noise of the world. He was thinking about something much more valuable: time, and the people we share it with. Life slowly began to change, not in a dramatic way, but in small, quiet moments. Adam started waking up earlier, not for work, but to share breakfast with his mother. Sometimes they sat together with tea, watching the morning light come through the window. Sometimes they spoke about simple things, old memories, stories from Adam's childhood, and sometimes they said nothing at all. Just sitting together was enough. Adam also began visiting places he had not visited for years. The small park near their old home, the garden where he used to play as a child, the quiet streets where his mother once walked beside him. Each place carried a memory. Each memory reminded him of something important: how many sacrifices a mother makes without ever asking for anything in return. One afternoon, Adam turned off his phone. He placed it on the table and smiled. His mother looked at him with curiosity. "No work today?" she asked softly. Adam laughed gently. "There will always be work, Mom." He paused for a moment, then added quietly, "But there is only one mother." His mother looked at him with pride, and in that moment, Adam felt something he had not felt in a very long time. Peace. Real peace. the kind that does not come from success or money or achievements, but from knowing that the people you love are right beside you. Time continued to move forward, as it always does. Days became weeks, and weeks slowly turned into months. Adam still worked. He still had responsibilities, but his life was no longer the same, because now he understood something he had forgotten before. Success is important. Work is important. Dreams are important. But none of them should make us forget the people who love us the most. One evening, Adam sat beside his mother as the sun slowly disappeared behind the horizon. The sky turned orange, then pink, then soft shades of purple. His mother looked at him and smiled. "You seem happier these days," she said gently. Adam looked at her and smiled back. "Yes, Mom. I finally learned something important." She tilted her head slightly. "And what is that?" Adam looked at the fading sunlight, then answered softly, "That life is not measured by how busy we are, but by the moments we share with the people who love us." He paused, then added quietly, "And by the calls we choose to answer before it is too late." So if you are listening to this story today, take a moment, pick up your phone, call your parents, visit them, speak with them, because one day the phone may stop ringing and the chance to answer may never come again.